Just light up my GM friends. Welcome to Music NFT Radio. We're back with another podcast episode. This is going to be another banger. We have the OG himself, Steve Ryan, on the podcast. Really excited to have you here, man. Not just because you're a VIP collector and a supporter, but you're also a podcast OG. So to have my number 4 episode be with you is really exciting, man. Welcome to Music NFT Radio. We're live, coming at you every day from Philly, 24/7. And Steve, you've been here all the time since you got your VIP, so I really appreciate that support, man.
Oh, no problem. You got it, man. Absolutely. Congratulations on your podcast too. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just wanted to simplify it. I wanted to let everyone be able to come on here, talk, have it recorded, and then put it out in a simple way. So, yeah, people will actually see the screen recording of this conversation, and it comes out as a podcast too. So, I'm excited to have you here, man, because you came in, you bought a VIP, you originally got in months ago, maybe almost a year ago when we first met, getting into the NFT space. But we'll get into all of that. But I'm just happy to have you here for your interview because I think since you bought the VIP, we didn't do a proper introduction and a VIP interview for you. So this space is 100% for you, man. I want you to talk about all the amazing things you've done in the NFT community. Of course, I want to talk about how we met and how we first got connected and how that's turned into some amazing stuff for the NFT community as well. But yeah, Steve, why don't you just give a little bit of background so people can know who you are and what you've done in the podcast world and in the music world before, and ultimately what you're pushing for now with NFTs for Freedom, which in my opinion is just such an amazing project. It's such a big goal. So I'm excited to hear in your own words, kind of what's the latest.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, nice to meet everybody. For those who don't know me, Steve Ryan, and I like to start off by seeing myself as like this forward thinking, motivational entrepreneur person that spreads mindset growth to people, and I do it through different ways, such as like music, writing, podcasting, acting. All these different avenues, but all of it is on that thread of that entrepreneurial motivational, which is a huge deal because really all of us are entrepreneurs. If you're in this space, whether you're a music artist, a visual artist, whatever, and you're trying to sell one thing or do anything or a part of a project, you're an entrepreneur, whether you want to be or not. And most people are not used to being entrepreneurs. We're not designed as a society to be entrepreneurs. So having someone like me come along who's pretty much, I've been one all my adult life. This is all I know. This is all I know, and bringing that forward thinking, that in itself is an ultimate master utility, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
um, some of the things I've done, you also can look it up as well. I was featured in Forbes in February. There was another article about me about a week or two ago. Last year in November, a book that I helped co-write called Success Mindsets, it became a best-selling book. So I'm officially a best-selling author. The podcast is rocking and rolling. It's Fired Up Fridays. It's pretty much available everywhere. Dyl was on it. His episode was like last October, I believe, or November. So that was cool. I don't remember how we met. I know your NFT was the very first music NFT I ever purchased.
Yeah, actually, I actually remember how we met. That's awesome, man. Great story, and I agree with you so much about being an entrepreneur, right? And I think we're both on this mission to help artists and creators understand how to take control of their career from a entrepreneur side, which involves financial and creative, right? So you need to do both of those things, and you need to do them well. And there's so many pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together. So I think we've always connected on the fact that we're both trying to bring that vision forward. And we both see the power of independent creators and the internet and all these tools that are at our disposal to make a major change in the world, right? So that's super exciting. And I believe we met through Twitter Spaces through Fifi, because I think this was like when you were first getting into NFTs. I think you may have even come into the space with me, Nifty, and Fifi one of those days. And we were just talking about the potential for music NFTs. And that's where we originally met. And you had mentioned your podcast. And then from there, I was looking through your page. And of course, like, I was like, wow, this guy's awesome. I need to get on his podcast. Right. So that's pretty much how we met.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds familiar. Well, I had already known about NFTs before then, but I wasn't like immersed into it. And Fifi, me and Fifi knew each other. We, through the Modern Musician family. So before the NFT space, I had already known Fifi, and she just kept bugging, like, "Come on to Twitter." A good bug. I don't know if she can hear me, but it's a good bugging, not a bad bugging. That's my sister, so like, but she was like, you got to come on the Twitter Spaces. You got to come on the Twitter Spaces. I'm like, I don't want to come on the Twitter Spaces. This every other day, Twitter Spaces, Twitter Spaces. Come on the Twitter Spaces, and eventually, I just, you know what? Let me go check out Twitter Spaces, and
Oh
then.
my God! Look at what she created, man. Now look at you, man. You. I mean, Steve, are you on Twitter Spaces 24/7 like me? I mean, you might be one of the only other people who's truly 24/7 with it.
Kind of, sorta.
I
I
mean,
mean,
dude, you were one of the OGs that I saw, like true DJing hours. You pioneered the way for true DJing. All hours.
so yeah, the problem now is that I'm doing so much IRL meetups and stuff that, like, like, I'll still like be in spaces, but sometimes I may not like be as active, because like if I'm out meeting, then it's like, you know.
I get it totally. I mean, I literally am in spaces all the time now. That's my strategy at this point. And so I'm like on calls, all the day, but hosting and all this stuff. So hey, it's nothing new to me, man. You're a super host, right? You're one of the OGs too. I mean, really, you inspired me to start music NFT radio in a way, because I just saw how much you were hosting and how incredible it was for the growth of you and your community. So, I mean, it's great to have, been your first NFT, and then you're someone who went and built something amazing and inspired me to in a way do what I'm doing right here. So thank you, Steve, for being in the NFT space and everything you've done. And thank you so much for then buying my VIP. I mean, you said when you first bought the NFT, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna save up for a VIP. And it's not that I didn't believe you. I just maybe forgot. And then all of a sudden one day I see that you bought one and I was thrilled, man. So that type of support, I mean, it goes a long way. I really appreciate that. It makes a difference for me as an artist, and that's what you do. I mean, I've seen you in this space now for like a year or whatever, just making a difference for artists every day. So, yeah, man, I mean, I would love to just hear a little more about your journey in the NFT space, from, getting into Twitter Spaces to, I guess, creating NFTs for freedom and everything you're doing now.
Absolutely. I mean, the journey, as far as NFTs specifically, what I've been doing is doing a lot of learning, a lot of networking, a lot of like being a support beam for others, and in the meantime, just building. Like right now, it's a lot of building that's going on. Like even when you look at NFTs for freedom, the whole purpose of NFTs for freedom was, and still is to help people build legacies. That's a huge word, legacies. See, it's one thing if someone's just like, oh, I just want to sell my NFTs. That's one. Building a legacy. Think about what a legacy means. That means you're going to be remembered. That means you're moving and shaking. That's like on an MLK style. That's on that type of level. And because the thing is that that's one of the most important elements is for us to have that freedom. But a lot of us don't have that freedom because of what one reason or another. But we all can work toward carving out our own paths, and that's what NFTs for freedom is about. That's what inspired that. that freedom came because I've always personally felt like every time I try to do something, chips are stacked against me. Like it can be one person that everything happens easy for, and this maybe is just my perception, but it's like everything I've done, I've had to fight 20 times as hard for, like every single thing, and it's like, and the only way I've been able to still be here, like, and here meaning not just the NFT space, but just in general, is because it's this strategy of, you know what, I'm gonna keep having this constant fuel of going forward, and that's all about strategy. So when it comes to building something, we're still in the middle of building. I don't have all the answers right now, but my strategy is promise less, do more. So instead of building out this elaborate roadmap of, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, we're just doing it. We're just quietly doing it. Right now, we've been organically growing. We have a collection of 777. That's our collection. It originally was going to be larger, but I decided to make it a 777 collection versus a larger collection, because we wanted this one to be like small, intimate, and to be where for people who supports us originally, they're going to benefit from any evolution that we do past that point. Like they're going to have the most benefits out of everyone because they took that chance first. So right now, I think we're at about 129 holders or so, 130 holders. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but to me, that's
Yeah,
a win.
I think I got the collection up now. It's called NFTs for Freedom Dash Genesis Collection with the bird, right?
Absolutely, you got it.
That's awesome, man. And I have a question for you. I
Hmm.
really like what you said about the chips being stacked against you, and everything you do. And I think as an entrepreneur, you would hope that like at some point that you get over those chips, right? And then hopefully things start working out better. And then I'm touched with the thought of like, okay, but is there always like a new set of chips on the other side that's stacked against you? Or at some point do you get to like feel like you're cruising? I mean, that's a question I have for you, right? Like, are the chips always stacked against you, or is there a point where you kind of get over the hump and then it's kind of like momentum is going to carry you? I mean, what do you think? Because I mean, maybe I've had a taste of that. I don't know if it's everlasting or if it's always a fleeting moment. What do you think?
I think it depends on the, okay, I'm going to answer that two ways. One, I feel like it depends on the person, their personality, what their objective is. I mean, if it's someone who just wants to just make a living and that's it, nothing else, I just want to make a living, which is okay, nothing wrong with that, then maybe they may not experience that. But if you're trying to grow and move and shake to a different level, it can seem that way because because at the end of the day, there's always going to be people with more resources that can build these teams that can do it at a bigger scale. You know what I mean? And then if they don't want you coming up like that, they can actually try to target that, and people would think like, oh, that's not real, that's not. It is absolutely real. I've witnessed it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think what you're saying, it has to be a combination of like acknowledgement of where you've come from. And like when I look at like what you've done, you're actually inspirational too, because like just the way that you're doing the VIPs, the way like doing your VIP, the reason I had no idea all this other stuff came with it. I got it because I believe in what you're doing, I believe in you as a person, and I gave you my word that I was going to get it. And given someone's word is a priceless commodity. I would say 90% of people are full of shit, excuse my language, and they say they're going to do something and they don't. And I want to be one of those people to where, like, if Steve Ryan says he's going to do this, he's going to do it. Now, if it's just because of circumstances beyond my control that it, disables me from doing it, that's a different story. But if it's within my power to do something and I can do it and I've given my word that I'm going to do it, then that's what I'm going to do. And even looking at NFTs for freedom, a lot of things that I said we were going to do, we're doing. We have practice your English spaces. We had our first IRL meetup just about 3 weeks ago. And then also on the way to NYC. So for any of you who are interested, just go to nftsforfreedom.com and go under events. But I'm actually driving to NYC from the West Coast, but along the way, I'm doing meetups in different states with different people throughout the different communities. So I'm actually doing like this NFT tour. We can call it that. So, and even after NYC is over
Awesome.
with, yes, sir. And even
And
after it's over with,
we might
we're going to
have
still
to
be doing it.
stop in Philly at some point, man.
Man, you know we're meeting up. Come on now. So,
What
like,
day? What day? That's interesting. What day are you coming through? Because I'm going to New York kind of early on the 17th, and then I'm coming back on the 26th.
I should be in New York around the 18th. Yeah,
That's
around the 18th.
perfect, man. If you want to, if you slid through Philly, I mean, we could go. I mean, it depends. I don't know how full your car is, but we could ride to New York. But if you wanted to come through Philly, like the 16th or 17th, something like that, we could try to set something up. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that. Also, I just purchased off the floor my first NFTs for Freedom. Happy to support.
All right.
Community.
Let's go.
Sniped a good one. Now there's only one left. I might have to pick up that one too because that'll double the floor. But hell yeah, man. I'm really happy to support. I love what you're doing. I love your mission and your values and what you represent. And I'm excited to learn just more about what you got going on. And I think you were really still telling us about NFTs for Freedom, but I wanted to let you know I just picked up my first one. So everyone go check it out on OpenSea.
Wow.
You'll find it. I snipe.
Thank you.
We've been selling a couple VIPs. You're my VIP. You're my supporter. I'm just happy to support the community like you, man. I want to support others in the community and build genuine connections and partnerships where it's like we're both holding each other's stuff. We want to see each other win. That's the Web3 way, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. Now you're about to experience our VIP treatment. So
Let's
like
go.
just, just activate it. I mean, I know you got it, but activate it anyway. You just go to the site and click on activate your NFT. And some of the things that we do, like for one, trademarking. There's a lot of people who think like, oh, it's Web3. We don't need a trademark. Blah blah. It's all on the blockchain, and But here's the thing. Okay, that may be to some degree true. Like if you just don't want to be on any platforms and you want to just, you have your own servers and you're building your own website and you're just going to sell from that. But if you're trying to be on any platforms or if you're trying to integrate into IRL in any type of way, trademark is important. Because guess what happens when someone else have something trademarked that you're selling? DCMA, bye bye, come down. So, I mean, so one of the things that we did is with Goldman Law Group, there our holders get trademarks at discounted rates. So we're talking hundreds of dollars instead of thousands of dollars, for trademarks, and that's one of our utility and benefits that we carved out.
Are you serious?
So
Are you serious? No way. Because
absolutely.
I literally have been trying to trademark Crypto Rich, and my lawyer David, that I like him, he's great, but I mean, it hasn't really come through. And if that's your specialty,
It's a wrap.
we
It's a
already did
wrap.
the
We're
search.
gonna talk.
Actually, already did the search.
It's a wrap. Yep.
That's cool, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who did I know? I just bought utility NFT access to trademarking. We might have to throw music NFT radio in the mix too, because I mean it's coming up, man. This is the new brand too. So maybe a couple of trademarks going.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would jump on that today because you don't know who's hearing this today and going to try to rush to it. So I'm going to make myself a note to email you as soon as we're off, like ASAP right now. And I'm going to actually put you in touch with the founding attorney there right now today,
Cool.
like immediately.
Appreciate it.
So and the good thing about it is like they're the number 5 law group in the world, not US, the world. And they've been featured on Bloomberg, about NFT trademarking. So they're like, as far as I'm concerned, they're like one of the top experts in trademarking when it comes to the NFT and crypto world.
That's interesting
So
too, because that is pretty important to me. So Yeah, dude, awesome. How did I even know? Look at that. That's what they say. When you just take action, the universe rewards you. I bought the NFT to support NFTs for Freedom, to support Steve, and what do you know? It comes with a trademark for my Crypto Rich and radio. Let's get it.
Absolutely. And see, those are the type of things that I'm personally thinking about when it comes to bringing things to the table, which is, how to help people. See, trademarking help entrepreneurs. That helps entrepreneurs, and these different. We got some other things we're working on, but like I said, we promise less, deliver more. So, so, and, so this is going to be my vision of this, of the whole NFTs for freedom, is like, this is going to be one of those slept on things to where, if you've heard about it and you took action, great. But it's going to be one of those things down the road that is like, wait a minute, where did that come from? And it's like, we've been here the whole time. Like, you know and so we're working on building out some things, and oh man, I wish I could talk about it all right now, but I can't. I want to have it implemented first, but it's so exciting. I mean, I eat, live, and sleep of, like, what can we do next? That's my attitude.
Dude, 100%. I mean, I believe in what you're doing, and you're so serious about this stuff. Like, I'm thinking about just scooping up this other one here that would raise the floor price back to point one. And so tell me about the pricing. Like, do you have a set pricing structure, or like how did, like, there's some at point one right now. It's like point one the mint price, or is what I see the only ones left at point one? How does it work?
Well, the way that works is, since that's on secondary, we don't have like a set structure. Initially, we were minting right off the site, where people can go to our site, and then it went to Galaxis, and they could mint. And the price at that point was, pre-sale was 0.05, and then the regular sales price was point 0.1. All right, so we ended the pre-sale. I mean, I'm sorry, we ended the sale. And once we close the mint and the sell, then everything else is now on secondary.
Gotcha. So, would you say the price from secondary from the treasury stays at point one, or does it ever go below that? Or
Um, it's probably going to vary. I would say, like, it'll be any. It's hard to say for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
yeah, I
point
hear.
oh 0.07 and up is pretty stable. Now I understand that some people may have to sell below because they need money right now. That's okay. That's totally, because some of the people selling, they own more than one, and maybe they need liquid to get something else, but they still want to stay in the community. That's perfectly okay. But as far as from, like, what we directly sell from our reserves of what we hold, I don't foresee those really being, listed low like that, because of what we're bringing. Like, the utility alone, for someone being able to get a trademark for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands of dollars, that's worth more than the NFT itself, as far as the pricing right now.
Yeah, totally. I totally hear you. I was just kind of wondering, not to put you on the spot with that, just kind of
No,
looking.
that's good.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. I like it, and I also think like you're similar to me, to where you're doing something super legit, and it's almost like in this space sometimes the really legit stuff almost gets looked over in favor of like these random scammy pumpy projects, and I don't know why
Exactly.
that is. I think people like memes, and they have a short attention span. So when something's just clearly a tradable meme, they pump because it's traders. It's not people who are looking at it and saying, "Oh, this poopy NFT is going to be huge in a year." It's just a different crowd with all this hype and trading. So, I look at what you're doing. I think of it as one of those legitimate long-term projects. It's going to be bigger and bigger every, months and years. And I also think, like me, like, it's all about networking, connecting with people. You might find someone who supports what you're doing and is willing to put in, half an ETH or one ETH, and you can direct them on how to just sweep the floor, or one ETH, and you can. We're all gonna make it. Gonna make it. Gonna make it. Steve, we're back. Yo, I've never seen a rug like that. I just saw all the hosts and devices get disconnected. That was a true rug. It's a shame because we had almost 100 listeners, but we'll get it back. We do this all day, every day. You know the deal. Thanks for coming back in, man.
Absolutely. Give me just 1 second. I'm emailing the attorney now and adding you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, take your time. And we'll get this room back going. I'll throw it in my Discord. If you want to like and retweet, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully, get some of the people back in here. It's always a shame, man, because it usually takes like a day, like I would say, like 12 to 24 hours to get up to like 100 people, and then it cruises. But it's always nice when I can keep it going for like 5 days straight. My record is I think we hit 123 hours or something, or 29. I can't even remember, but I think it's the longest Twitter space.
Now tell me how you feel. I just smoke an L, you pop a pill. 50 racks, I gotta get them bills. You said that I won't do it, but I will. Always gotta watch out for the family. But when I fuck it up, they cannot stand me. They still got my back just like some plan B. I'm everything they want, I'm what you can be. Still that money calling on a Sally. I don't listen, ain't shit you could tell me. Making money moves, I gotta Google. I got Bitcoin and I copped it for the Lulu. And I don't date a bitch to pay her bills, no. Love me, but you gotta keep it chill. I ain't tryna fight your love, but baby, it could kill. Keep this shit 100, cause I gotta keep it real. I'm only 23, already see my first meal. Bands, I can't hit that bitch unless it's 10. I ain't worried about your itty bitty bands. I might fuck your bitch a little bitty. Damn, ayy, ayy, I wanna hit it on repeat. Ayy, ayy, hit it till we sleepy. Everybody keep hating, wanna be me. I'm so powerful, my energy is seeping. Girl, you look amazing, no more makeup or we gon' be late. Bitches love to hate, gotta let it dissipate. I can spot a fake bitch from...
All right, Steve, you want to finish up the interview, man, and just
Yeah, why not? Let's
yeah,
go.
cool. Let's just pretty much, closing it out. Anything you wanted to talk about with NFTs for Freedom? Not sure exactly where we were when we got rugged there.
Yeah. Well, pretty much for NFTs for Freedom. I mean, like I said, we're building out, and we're just gonna keep, providing, more things and grow together. We really want to be this network. You know what I mean? Like this network of communities that like everybody's helping everybody, and we're building our own ecosystem. So whether you're music or artist or this or that, everything is just this. Everybody is growing, and I know we can do it. I see it. I already see it on the scale that it is now. So we're just going to be scaling up. So, but I do want to talk about myself personally too for a minute. For anybody who is hearing this, and if you're in the Vegas area, I'm actually doing a one-time play. It's about it's sponsored by the Juneteenth Foundation, so it's a huge deal. About this civil rights activist Harry Moore. He was like the Martin Luther King before Martin Luther King, and so that's going to be in just a few hours. I will be on stage. So if anybody is in Vegas, just Google Juneteenth, film and or play, and you'll get the address and all that. Come on out, and I'll meet you after the show. It's going to be cool. And then we're going from there. And then as far as like with my NFTs, I am working on music NFTs. I'm gonna get up with Dyl about that too as well. I want to release like some music NFTs and also some poetry and book NFTs as well, and just go from there. So like, so that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm definitely excited to help you out with music NFTs. Of course, you got the radio, you got the community behind you, so that'll be dope. And yeah, I'm excited to be an NFTs for Freedom member. You know, that's awesome. Happy to be involved in the community. And that's really cool what you're doing with the plays and stuff too. I mean, you're doing all different types of stuff, man. I love it. It's a pleasure having you on the show. And normally I like to do Q&A and stuff like that, but since we got rugged, we don't have too many people like we did before. Black Hannah Montana, I know, is always listening in. If you have any questions or anything you want to add to the conversation, you surely can. But yeah, Steve, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Oh, no problem, no problem. And I can always come back another time too. I'm gonna be on the road this weekend, so I will have some time while I'm in the car. So
Let's do it. I'm certainly down, and also we can come up with like a little bit more of a directed topic, like maybe start with what we want the title of the YouTube video to be, and kind of structure it like that. You know what I mean?
absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah, let's do
Absolutely.
that. And then this one I'll put out as just like Steve Ryan on Music NFT Radio. I'll try to think of a cool creative title that goes with NFTs for Freedom. And then of course we'll do a bunch. Like this is supposed to just be long form content, a lot of posting, a lot of different pieces, right? So we could have you on here at least, once a week or something and be posting them all the time. So I just want to get it out there and have a recording of it and have podcasts so that, people can look back and look through these interviews and listen in and all of the other great things that come with putting out the content.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know it's a lot that happened between now and then. We both got busy, but we originally were going to do that anyway. We were going to do like these video spaces where we well, not spaces, but like these video things where we're talking about NFTs. We have other people on. Let's do some of that. I'll be down for that, man. They can see
Yeah,
faces.
I'm here for it, man. I am here for that for sure. I mean, like, we'll
Absolutely.
definitely get in the mix. Thanks so much for coming on to Music NFT Radio. Sorry we got rugged in the middle. Oh, here's Y Dot. I know he was listening in the whole time. Maybe he has something to add or questions, but yeah, we got rugged there in the middle, unfortunately. But it seems like people are making their way back in. Y Dot, I saw you throwing some emojis during Steve. What's up, homie? You there? Maybe you gotta make it up to the stage. All right. Well, anyway, I think that's it, Steve. Anyway, if there's anything you wanted to add, let people know how they could look up your stuff, connect with you, maybe watch your podcast because you've got some amazing content of your own.
NFTsforfreedom.com and steveryan.com. So you'll get hooked up. Let's go. We're actually about to release one where I actually did a episode in person. So it's really, really cool. About to release that video. You get to see me in action in person. So that's kind of cool.
Awesome, man. That's sweet. Well, thanks for coming out, man. This has been awesome. This is another episode of Music NFT Radio. The podcast version. That's right. We got the podcast out now, live on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can listen to podcasts. You can now find Music NFT Radio. We're going to be putting out interviews, anything you want, best moments, features, when I bring on some bigger artists, all that good stuff. So thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed it, make sure to follow Steve. Make sure to like, retweet the room. And go tap in on social media with Steve, with Music NFT Radio, with me, Dyl, all that. So thanks for listening. Let's get back to the music, playing the hits of Web3 and music NFTs like we do 24/7. Shout out to Steve and NFTs for Freedom. You're in the mix.